Hey, I'm Holly Andrews, Integrative Nutrition Health Coach and Stress Recovery Coach. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the kitchen. It's December and that means busy, at least around here. Today I have for you a slow cooker recipe that is full of protein, full of slow release carbohydrates, good healthy fats, and so something that will keep you going and sustain you, especially when it is cold outside. And that is my slow cooker chicken and wild rice stew. So let's talk about what makes this recipe so great for you. As always, my recipes are going to help keep your blood sugar balanced, and that helps keep your cortisol levels balanced as well. So we've obviously got good sources of protein here paired with the chicken, and then we've got some wild rice in here, slow release carbs to help keep that energy up and steady, and give you some fiber as well. So we've got some fiber in our veggies in this dish. So we've got some carrots and some celery and some onions. So all of that combined to really keep your blood sugar levels stable and steady during this really busy season, which also means increased energy, but also helping our cortisol levels stay balanced, which this time of year tends to be super stressful. So the more that we can do to support our cortisol, the better. We've also got seasonal produce in this recipe, which, you know, I love to try to keep it seasonal. So again, carrots are in season, celery is in season, and then we have an option to add in some kale or spinach at the end of this recipe. So I chose to add in spinach, which is in great abundance. I love getting it from the farmer's market this time of year. So all of that goodness, we've got some magnesium and some antioxidants and everything that you're going to get from the seasonal produce, giving us all of the nutrients to help keep our immune system strong, which we need especially right now. Also, we have some built-in inflammatory support. So I've got turmeric in this recipe, which contains curcumin, which is anti-inflammatory. We've got ginger, which is also anti-inflammatory, and we're using black pepper, which helps our bodies absorb that curcumin in the turmeric. Plus, we've got bone broth. Now, I use my homemade recipe for my chicken bone broth, which you can grab from the blog, and I'll link to that below. But I made a batch of this last week, and so I'm using my homemade chicken bone broth. Any bone broth will do, but the homemade just kicks it up a notch. It's going to have some extra collagen in it, which is great actually for supporting our gut lining and our gut health. Plus, I make my homemade bone broth with turmeric and ginger. So if you're using that recipe, then you're getting an extra boost from the ginger and the turmeric that's in that chicken bone broth. So you really can't go wrong if you have the opportunity to do that homemade chicken bone broth. And it's really easy. You set it and forget it, much like this recipe in the slow cooker, set it and forget it, but it just gives you all that much added benefit with that higher collagen count, the extra anti-inflammatory properties, etc. But if you don't have time, totally understand. Go grab yourself some good quality chicken bone broth. Make sure it's bone broth or you're not going to get the collagen benefits, but you want that chicken bone broth. So all the goodness there. So as I mentioned, this recipe really is a set it and forget it. I threw everything in the crock pot and we'll talk about that. So it's that simple. So to make this, I threw everything into the crock pot this morning except for the spinach and the coconut milk. So that was my chicken, that was my carrots and my celery and my onions, which I chopped up. You can obviously, if you want to make this super easy on yourself, buy the pre-chopped celery, onions at the grocery store. I'm not sure I've ever actually seen pre-chopped carrots, although again, you could use shredded carrots here in this recipe instead of chopped carrots. But so if you want to make it super simple on yourself, go grab that stuff already pre-done for you at the grocery store. But really, it only took me about 5 minutes total to get all of my veggies chopped. So added in my chopped veggies, added in my spices, ground my ginger root and my turmeric root that I had frozen in my freezer. So I got out my microplane and ground that up, grated that up, I guess I should say, straight into the slow cooker. If you don't have access to the root, the ginger root and the turmeric root, then you can always use powder. That's totally fine. But put that in there, added in my salt, pepper. I also added in some garlic, added in my wild rice, 3/4 of a cup of wild rice, added in my chicken broth, 6 cups of the chicken broth, and then set that in my slow cooker on high for 4 hours. If you want to do it on low, you can do that low for 6 to 7 hours. And then actually I wound up letting it sit for a few hours, just keeping warm. So, and then I got into it once I got back from my evening activities. So once I got into it, everything was done. I opened up the slow cooker and I added in my spinach. I used frozen spinach, but it was frozen spinach that I had grabbed from the farmer's market and just stuck straight into my freezer. So I poured in about 2 cups of that frozen spinach and then added in half a cup of coconut milk just to make it creamy, forgetting honestly that I needed to shred the chicken. So I shredded the chicken after I added in the spinach and the coconut milk, and it was totally fine. But per the recipe, I should have shredded the chicken before adding that stuff in. Either way, it worked out, and you just want to let the spinach sit in there long enough to wilt and the coconut milk long enough to incorporate. So I did that. It took about 5 minutes. I let it just sit in the crock pot or the slow cooker for 5 minutes until the spinach, cooked, wilted, whatever you want to call it, and the coconut milk melted in to incorporate it in, and it made this beautiful, beautiful stew. It is nice and thick, and it is really hearty and creamy and beautiful, and I am so excited for you guys to try this recipe. As always, you can find me on the social media at Holly Andrews Coaching, and be sure to check out my website. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out, and that would honestly be the greatest Christmas present you could give me, is if you would like this video and subscribe to the channel, and then share it with a friend who you think would also love to subscribe to the channel. I am looking to get some more subscribers, so that would be a great gift that you could give to me this Christmas, and it costs you absolutely nothing to do that, and I would much appreciate it. So check me out on social media, look at my website for all of the previous recipes that I've got posted. You can obviously grab a membership to my recipe vault. The December recipes have just dropped, so go check those out. I've got my book. You could always give my book a copy of Heal Your Stress from the Inside Out. That would make a really great Christmas present, a great stocking stuffer. So think about that when you're doing your Christmas shopping. Otherwise, got my online digital course, my one-on-one coaching program, all kinds of ways that you can work with me, including my lab testing, where you get personalized feedback from me on those results. So all kinds of goodness, all kinds of things that you can treat yourself to this holiday season. And until next time, I'm Holly Andrews, and I believe that you can heal your stress from the inside out.